Very emotional news. Loudly crying face the painful secret of BTS. RM loudly crying face the heartbreaking truth behind his smile. In the quiet libraries and art galleries of Seoul, there is a man who often stands alone before a canvas, searching for answers to questions the rest of the world is too busy to ask. His name is Kim Namjoon. To the global stage, he is RM, the brilliant leader of BTS, a philosopher-poet of hip-hop, and a man who has spoken at the United Nations. But before the diplomacy and the multi-platinum records, there was a teenager in Ilsan who felt like a stranger in his own life. A young boy who was forced to choose between a secure future as a scholar and a reckless dream as an underground rapper. This is not just a story of a successful leader. This is a journey through the crushing weight of responsibility, the agony of being misunderstood by both the industry and the public, and the silent struggle of a man who had to kill his own ego to let 6 others shine. This is the deep, emotional truth of RM, the leader who learned to find peace in the middle of a global storm. The struggle for Kim Namjoon began in a world of high expectations and academic pressure. With an IQ of 148, he was expected to follow a traditional path of excellence. Various media sources suggest that the start of this journey was marked by a profound internal conflict. While his parents wanted a successful professional future for him, the young student found himself obsessed with the raw, rebellious energy of underground hip-hop. He was a boy who wrote lyrics in the margins of his textbooks, living a double life. According to fans and early media reports, RM faced intense pressure from his mother, who reportedly once broke his microphone to keep him focused on his studies. He was a teenager who felt that his passion was a disappointment to his family. This created a deep-seated lack of self-confidence. RM felt that he was too academic for the hip-hop world and too rebellious for the school system. RM was a soul caught between two shores, belonging to neither. When RM finally became the first member of what would become BTS, the fear did not vanish, it grew. As RM, he became the pillar of a small, struggling agency. Various media sources describe how RM had to endure the mockery of the underground hip-hop scene, where he was called a traitor for becoming an idol, while simultaneously being criticized by idol fans for his appearance. The physical exhaustion of the trainee years was compounded by a brutal mental war. RM was not a natural dancer, and RM spent countless hours in the back of the room, sweating and stumbling, feeling like RM was holding back the group's progress. RM lived with the terrifying weight of being the leader at just 18 years old. RM wasn't just responsible for his own mistakes. RM was responsible for the futures of 6 other boys who had followed RM into the unknown. The mental pressure was a constant, heavy heartbeat in the chest of RM. There was a moment of profound emotional collapse that remains a defining chapter in the life of RM. In verified interviews and the Burn the Stage documentary, RM has spoken about the periods where the weight of leadership almost crushed him. During the group's early years, when success was not guaranteed and the hate was at its peak, RM has admitted that RM often felt like a useless leader. There was a specific incident during a variety show where a famous rapper openly insulted RM's music and identity, leaving RM in a state of deep shock and self-doubt. Various media sources suggest that RM spent nights questioning if RM was truly capable of leading his brothers to safety. RM felt that every mistake the group made was his personal failure. The loneliness of being the one who has to answer the hard questions, the one who has to translate the world for the other members, and the one who has to stay strong when everyone else is breaking, is an agony that RM carried in silence. RM admitted that RM once felt like Kim Namjoon was being lost to the shadow of the public persona. But RM did not let the shadow consume him. RM chose to turn the struggle into a philosophy. RM realized that leadership was not about being the best. It was about being the one who stands in the wind so the others do not have to. RM took the pain of an identity crisis and turned it into the album Mono and the Love Yourself series. verified milestones that changed the lives of millions. RM stayed because RM realized that his voice was a bridge. RM chose to stay and fight because RM saw that the members were not just a group, but a family that had survived against all odds. RM stopped trying to be the perfect leader and started being the honest human. And in that honesty, RM found the hope he had been searching for since his childhood in Ilsan. Even as a global icon, the struggle with loneliness and burnout is a verified reality for RM. RM has been open about the alienation that comes with fame, a feeling RM describes as being a small person in a world that is too big. Verified reports and the lyrics in the album Indigo reflect a man who often feels like a lost boy in the middle of a glittering museum. Disclaimer: various media sources and psychological analyses suggest that RM deals with an immense mental toll from being the official spokesperson for the group, a role that forces RM to constantly filter thoughts for the world. RM has spoken about the pressure of being seen as a hero or a diplomat, when RM is just a man who wants to ride a bicycle and look at the rain. The transition to military service was a season of profound reflection, where RM had to face the possibility of being forgotten by a world that moves too fast. Why do people love RM with such a deep and intellectual respect? It is because RM is the star who invites us to think, not just to watch. People love RM because RM is the leader who gives credit to the members before himself. RM is loved because RM uses his platform to support art and culture, donating hundreds of millions of won to museums and the restoration of historical artifacts, as verified by the Cultural Heritage Administration. Fans love RM for the Namjooning side, the man who loves nature, small crabs, and the quiet joy of a book. RM is loved because RM does not pretend to have all the answers. RM invites the fans to find the answers together. RM is the leader who proved that true power is found in vulnerability and that the most important love is the love we give to ourselves. The professional achievements of RM are verified monuments of intellectual and musical excellence. RM is a prolific songwriter with over 200 credits registered under his name at the Korea Music Copyright Association. Verified data shows that the solo albums Indigo and Right Place, Wrong Person reached the top of global charts, earning critical acclaim from major music publications. According to various media sources and financial analysts, the net worth of RM is estimated to be between $30 and $35 million. RM has received the Wagwon Order of Cultural Merit and has delivered speeches at the United Nations General Assembly, representing a generation's hope. But for RM, the true achievement is the fact that RM can now look in the mirror and see the individual and the artist as one person. Looking toward the future, RM dreams of a life where RM can be a lasting artist, who is respected for his mind as much as his music. The future plans of RM involve exploring the deeper intersections of music, philosophy, and visual art. RM dreams of a world where people can communicate beyond the barriers of language and fame. RM plans to return from military service with a soul that is even more settled, ready to lead BTS into a legacy that transcends the boundaries of the industry. The goal of RM is not more number ones, but to be a good ancestor for those who come after him. The story of Kim Namjoon is a testament to the fact that leadership is a sacrifice of the self. RM is the boy from Ilsan who took the weight of a world-changing dream and carried it until it became a reality. RM is the leader who learned to speak for seven, so that seven could eventually speak for themselves. RM took the academic pressure, the public criticism, and the private loneliness, and RM turned them into a roadmap for a lost generation. As the story draws to a close, let the quiet weight of this journey rest in the silence. Think of the teenager who followed a dream that everyone told him was wrong. Think of the man who now stands as the protector of a global movement. RM is a reminder that the strongest hearts are the ones that have been broken and mended 1,000 times. We honor RM for his intellect, We admire RM for his leadership, but we respect RM for his humanity. Thank you, RM, for being the voice that spoke when we did not know how. Your journey is a masterpiece of courage, and as long as RM continues to lead, the world will have a light to follow. May we always remember the human behind the leader, and may we always hold RM with the deepest respect he has rightfully earned.